Welcome to another day in the Matrix, waters above crypto, and welcome to another fake out in the Matrix on this fine Wednesday, the day of Mercury. I am sending you all love and high vibrations. Today we're going to be going over what's been happening over the past couple days in the market and a recap of how this time last year was for crypto during June and July of 2020 and how the moon phases affected price action during that time. And later today, I'll be releasing the second decode of our Gematria Masterclass for the Patreon supporters of the Mastermind community membership, taking the red pill on H-bar Hedera hashgraph. It's going to be a crazy decode because there's so much occult symbolism in H-bar. I'm really excited to share that with the patrons. So if you'd like to have access to the Gematria Masterclass, you can join by visiting patreon.com/watersabove, and you could sign up for the Mastermind community membership to unlock exclusive access to all those features, including our community Discord group chat, which now has over 500 red-pilled members. What a family we have over there. I can't wait to see what we're all going to do together at the end of this bull run. I'll definitely be keeping Waters Above Airlines at the top of my priorities. No masks in my airport. So I want you guys to leave a comment of what's the first thing you'll do after you cash out of this bull run later in the year. Would love to read what you guys have in mind. So if you're new here, we do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with Gematria, Numerology, and Astrology to understand these markets. Feel free to subscribe and turn on the bell notification to stay updated on when new videos come out. And make sure to give this video a like and share this channel with other conscious people to help grow the community. And for those of you that want to learn how to do technical analysis and combine it with Gematria, you can join my Mastermind course. My email is in the description to get in contact with me for access to the course. And with that being said, I have an update for you guys before we get into the red pill. So I just launched the web store. I actually have 4 shirt designs, 4 different styles. We have a men's tee, women's tee, classic tank top, and a long sleeve in 2 colorways. So we have full moon and we have new moon. We also have a secret colorway hidden in there, so we'll see if anyone can find it. And then also, I'll be making sure to fill you guys in on all the meaning behind this design in the next video. I actually designed this personally and basically transformed my journey of awakening into an image. And that's what's on this shirt. Excited to see how you guys all respond to this. I put a lot of time and effort into designing this logo. And it would be amazing sometime to be walking around in the wild and see one of you guys out there wearing this shirt. So anyways, if you want to check out the store, it's www.watersabove.shop. Now let's take the red pill. So the first thing we're going to get into, what we've been talking about lately, is this DXY, the US dollar currency index, and how we've gotten a rejection again off the top of this trend line that's been going for quite a while now. Been talking about it probably in my last 3 or 4 videos. Yesterday, we actually saw a pump straight up into the trend line again, and then today a beautiful rejection. When I woke up earlier today, I saw that Ethereum was up quite a bit, and again, it's kind of showing me signs of reversal. It's really weird because at times like this, people are very uncertain. They're not sure what's going on. They're like, oh, it's a new moon. It's supposed to be bullish. What's happening? Why is it? Okay, well, you have to look at the big picture, and that's why lately around this new moon, I've been talking about this DXY. How the US dollar currency index plays such a big role in how Bitcoin has been reacting lately, and if Bitcoin reacts, all coins react. So I'm just going to quickly go over the Bitcoin price action and kind of give you guys some information there. So first things first, it would be great on today's 3-day closure, 3-day candle close today, to be getting above 33K. So we have a ton of time and the price is already 32,800, 32,900. So it's not that far away. Pretty much the idea behind $33,100 or $200 would be to just get out of that bearish engulfing candle structure that could be in the cards. But again, you know, like this type of manipulation, it is what it is. Candlestick analysis is definitely hard, but it would be nice generally to be able to get that out of the way. So it'd be ideal to get a 3-day closure tonight, which will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time above 33,300 would be even better. So the one other thing that we've been talking about quite often here is this RSI on the daily and how there's been a downtrending, down-sloping trend line that's been getting just smacked down every single time we want to try clearing it. Again, we almost cleared it the other day, but then it just smacked right down. And this is forming somewhat of like a triangle formation. We don't need to do that. We don't need to draw a pennant on the RSI, but I'm just letting you know we could see that there's continual higher lows as well. So that's a good thing. But overall, this is coiling up, really coiling up. I was going over in the previous video the Bollinger Bands width, where the Bollinger Bands and how tight they are, and how when it gets to below 10 read, that's typically when we see a very volatile move. Right now, it's at 0.12. You could see it by looking right down there and pausing the video. So that 0.12, it's getting very close, and it would just be good if we can maintain bullish posture on the histogram for the MACD. So daily close about where we're at today would be nice. Again, 33,300-ish would be even better. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes because the prices are really coiling up, and typically around this time of month when we have a new moon, we see bullish reaction at least 3 days after a new moon, and this is kicking in late. And that's why today's video, I really want to talk about what the price action was like last year, a year ago, around June and July of 2020. I think that'll be really interesting for you guys to see how that went. But just really quickly, I did want to talk about how this firmament has been broken, but you can see for the last 4 days we've actually been back testing the outside of the firmament. So you could see 1, 2, 3, 4. Today's the 4th day, and we get these really strong bounces off the bottom of it. So even though we've seen wicks that are pretty violent like today, this is clearly a fake out, guys. To see such a big wick to the downside get bought up and now we're green again, that's always what happens. Like you could see right here on the reversal. So you see a huge liquidity event. We hit a lower low, but then ended the day green and then went up for 3 straight days before another correction. But these big downside candles ending green is just manipulation. It's to clear out stop losses pretty much and to liquidate leverage traders. It's really classic. And the whales can see all the order books. They know where the stop losses are. It's called stop loss hunting. So whenever you see stuff like that, that's indicative of a fake out. But what I do want to talk about really quickly before we go to last year is just this white trend line, and how this white trend line has really been something. You know, it's been very difficult to break, and back testing this firmament as a support plus breaking this trend line and then confirming that as a support with a break of trend above 34,700, especially a daily close above 35,000, that would be indicative of we've bottomed. And this was the lowest price we'll ever see for Bitcoin, probably forever. Now, I'm not saying that's what will happen. That's not Waters Above's opinion. That is technical analysis. So that is what could be in the cards. Just those two things happening, along with that 3-day MACD bullish cross, that's kind of all it takes to see a market go to the other side, to reverse. And we've seen such a boring last, like what has it been, 50 days so far? We're sitting at 56 days, of course. That 56 number is really important to remember because it comes back to Society of Jesus. It's some other things that we've talked about. But anyways, this makes sense to me. It makes total sense to me. And now let's go back to a year ago, and we're going to pull up our we're actually going to turn off the drawings, but we're going to turn on the moon phases so you guys could get a little idea of what's going on here. So this was the time last year between June, July into August when we had this distributional crown top event, and we could see all the new and full moons. So just so you know, the black one is the new moon and the white one is the full moon, and you could see how I have it red for moving into full moons and green for moving into new moons. Now let's just look really quickly at the play-by-play starting in June. So in June we have this full moon, and then the price actually was bullish. But then, of course, it kind of just overall stood sideways. Then we had the new moon, June 22nd, pulled back into the full moon. But if you look at this price fluctuation, it's only about $500. So if you were to take from like candle body closes down to candle body closes on the other side, that's $700. That's nothing. Bitcoin does that in an hour candle now. So this was very low volatility and a lot less liquidity in the market. And I believe even more volume back then, which that was staggering, but it got really low volume around here before the breakout. And that's why I want to go over this, because it seems like we're actually repeating this whole structure. So anyways, we have that full moon in July, and notice how it's kind of in reverse compared to this year. This year it's been mostly full moons near the end of the year, and last year it was full moons near the beginning of the month, excuse me. So what I meant to say was full moons in the beginning of the month, then these new moons near the end. It was just flipped because that's how it works. It changes yearly, it changes monthly, etc. So anyways, what you could see overall though is that from this July, June area, all right here, the price was pretty much flat. And then once we got into this July new moon, it reset the energy to moving up very bullish into that full moon. And then on the date of the full moon, we got a big rejection. So that's a noticeable rejection because that whole wick in and of itself is about 12%, a $1,500 move. But remember, back when Bitcoin was only moving around a $500 up or down for 50, 60, maybe even 100 days, it was sideways like this, if you take into account candle closes. So that was a huge liquidity move, and that was all about the full moon. So this works. It's just patience. People just freak out because they get around these times of months now that they've learned about this indicator. But this is like almost why like really sophisticated analysts don't like showing indicators to people, because they take it and run with it and they start flipping out. So the point here is that everyone is complaining about this new moon not being bullish, but when the prices go up, the same person is complaining how they wish they bought lower. Like, how could we navigate that? Like, pick a side, all right? So this is why the water's above wolves. Like, we're just doing so well in this market because full or new moon, we're buying dips. Like, I don't care if you believe in a project and it's discounted. It's a no-brainer. Just buy it. No, not financial advice, but come on. Like, if you're seeing T-Fuel below 30 cents, like, come on, So who cares? Who gives a shit if it's up or down? Buy the discounts. If you're here for the long term, you don't want to be buying up here. But people, the average retail investor, they buy up there. They buy when the greed has entered the market. We're buying when there's fear in the market and it's boring. My favorite time is to buy when it's boring because that's the most opportunity. Look at this huge sideways range you got. You got 24 days straight before a massive move to the upside. And then this crown top actually lasted for quite a while. And then when we corrected back to the downside, which I think will happen again, by the way, when we corrected back to the downside around September, we actually did go sideways an additional amount of time, but we were at a higher price point. So this was just confirming previous resistance as a new support before the bull run essentially went parabolic. So why is this important? Well, what we just saw was Bitcoin break out all the way from around $10,000 to $65,000. And then now lately we've had a huge pullback, a pullback that we've never seen in a bull run really, except for the 2013 bull run. And back in the 2013 bull run, there was no altcoins. So it was the Bitcoin show. So the fact that Bitcoin pulled back 70 to 80%, it was because that was all the liquidity in the crypto market. It's not like today. It's not like today where we're seeing a lot of these altcoins, even really solid projects with a use case and fundamentals, pulling back 70 to 80% from top. So this is just what I like to call a reaccumulation phase. And if you're somebody who's like complaining about the new moon or full moon not showing up the way that the indicator, then you're not meant for this market. It's a very simple thing. We're in a reaccumulation phase that could go on all the way till October. I've said that many, many, many times. So could we have somewhat of a crown distributional top that moves into, let's just say, this next new moon / full moon with pullbacks into the Shemitah? Of course. That's pretty much what happened right here, is what could be going on again. When the market is too boring and sideways, it becomes bullish. And after it becomes bullish, it doesn't just keep going bullish. It likes to fake out retail. During this time, if you were watching YouTubers, they all thought we were going to enter the parabolic bull market. They all did, because they didn't understand Wyckoff. And then when we corrected down for that LPS, they were freaking out again, when really that was the last time to build positions in what's called a reaccumulation after decline. We entered this firmament and the rest is history. So anyways, the point being here is that If we just go back to the last year and we look at how the price action was in June and July, it was a straight flat line. And August is when we had a relief rally, and we still weren't out of the woods just yet, just like we're entering a Shemitah, and I don't think we're out of the woods just yet. And that is why I keep conservatively saying October. That's where I'm at with all of this. But in the meantime, we could have tons of volatility and tons of opportunity. I'm taking every $5 theta moment and scooping it up. Every time I'm seeing the T-Fuel drop, I'm scooping it up, and I'm letting everyone in the Patreon mastermind community know. Same thing with Cardano, VeChain, Zilliqa. These are all insanely incredible projects that are heavily discounted, and right now is not the time to sleep. So let's go to the XRP charts. We are having fun today. So the 3-day close, where are we at with that? So yeah, getting that 3-day closure tonight above that 62.5 level, that would be ideal, but it would be even better if we could close green. That's a big move though for XRP, but it's possible. The reason why it's possible is once the stock market closes later, we can definitely see a relief. I remember I told you guys about this the last time, where the market closed around 4 or 5 p.m. After it closed, basically from 5 p.m. till the daily close, we just rallied to the upside. A lot of liquidity can enter these cryptos once the traditional markets have closed. So the other thing that we're waiting out for, which I brought up in my last video, is this MACD cross bullish, how we've gotten it about 3 2-day closures ago. And the 14 to essentially 18 days after we get a reaction. So that'd be the 24th of July all the way up to the 28th of July. Again, this isn't my opinion. This is technical analysis. If you're unsure of what I just said, please watch the previous video I uploaded, and you'll be able to see all about these 2-day MACD crosses for XRP and how they have incredible pumps that follow them. Doesn't matter about the SEC case or what color underwear Brad Garlinghouse is wearing today. It's just the charts. Please understand that. So this is kind of like all we can really say, because on the 2-day, we're getting a 200 EMA support still. We're kind of shaky towing the line. Let me turn off the moon phases. You can see this 200 EMA on the daily holding that level pretty nicely, pretty much all the way back since the late June dump. And what would really be ideal though is getting 2-day closures above this 8 simple, the yellow line. We haven't really been able to hold that at all since the downtrend. So you can see since the downtrend on May 19th, we've only really had one single 2-day close above that. And since we haven't been able to hold. So that would be really nice, seeing 64 cents on the 2-day closures moving forward. And that would definitely kick in some bullish action for XRP. Also some volume. Like, there's absolutely no volume in this market right now. You can see if I zoom out with the volume on, it's like at rock bottom lows. If I hold my cursor where we're at, we didn't even have lows like that back during this time. This is like seriously low volume. And that's why XRP isn't dumping that heavy. If you've noticed, like yesterday, Ethereum was down like 5-6%, but XRP was barely touched. Now it's losing sellers. So people need to take note, all right? XRP is losing the sell pressure. There's nobody, it's basically run out of sellers. So now it's not really getting any exuberant buy-ins, but this is kind of because most of the leverage traders in XRP have gone forever. And a lot of the retail investors are going to wait till we start getting back to the 80 and 90 cent range. So this is just like they're lulling out the market, giving it time to see what Bitcoin does. It's pretty much all it is. So really low volume. A daily close above 66 cents would definitely confirm a reversal for the bulls to the upside. Daily close below 60 cents would be confirmation for the bearish bias. And that is it for today. If you guys are interested in learning how to do technical analysis and combining with Gematria, you can join my mastermind course. My email is in the description box if you want to get in contact with me. Got that H-bar decode tonight for the mastermind community on Patreon. It'll be my second decode for our Gematria masterclass. Really excited to share that with you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. Much love.